yesterday reached a one-year deal with defensive lineman Mike Daniels. The 30-year-old was a former Pro Bowler, released earlier this week after 7 seasons with Green Bay. The current crop of no-shows for NFL training camp do include Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott and New Orleans Saints All-Pro receiver Michael Thomas. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
The following is a paid program. The views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of Entercom Communications, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed, alongside me, co-host, Gary Glantz.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, my guest. Hey, guys. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Show. We got a powerhouse team. Dana Cooper, Lori Glass, Cooper Glass Homes from Max Brook Realty in Birmingham. Hey, guys, you are awesome.
Thanks for having us, Harvey.
Oh, we are so excited. You guys are the true professionals out there. I knew you guys were really busy last year. Never had time to come on this show for sure. Close to $41 million. I'll just round it up. It was really close, $41 million. This is a show with real estate agents on there. Congratulations, and we're excited to have you.
Thanks so
Thanks,
much,
Harvey. We're honored to be here.
Great. Hey, we're going to take all those calls out there. 248-539-9797. Give you 1 hour of the mortgage real estate talk. Of course, we got some Tiger baseball coming up sometime today, later in the day, I'm sure. And crazy sports news already happening here. It'll shake up here in the 97.1 studios as Theo Reddick was cut. All right, Theo, maybe they'll sign him back or something. We don't know what's going on as the NFL is heating up. And, of course, we got sports coming up all day long here. But you guys have so much information to share with you. Even last night I call you, it's like after 7:30. You're showing houses on a Friday. I don't think any other agents were out last. It was too gorgeous out last night to show houses, but you're doing listing appointments. Tell me a little bit about that work ethic and how do you see that? Is that what really has driven your success?
Yes, I definitely think so. It's a 7-day-a-week 24 hours a day. We go to sleep with our phone, answering calls, emails, and wake up doing the same thing. So I think that has been a little bit what has made us successful is that, we're available. We answer our clients.
Yeah, 24/7. I mean, it's a nonstop job. They actually did a recent poll. One of the, I don't know if it was Redfin or one of these companies did one of these polls, and it was done by a third party. 86% of the real estate agents said that relationships was really the thing that they enjoyed the most. The relationship and then the entrepreneurial, the fact that you're on your own in real estate. And it's such a great career. As many agents have got into the industry. I think our industry has really exploded over the last couple of years. Low interest rates and a housing recovery that has just taken off. So there's a lot of competition out there, but you guys enjoy that hard work ethic, the customer relations. What else does it seem to be working out there? I mean, is it an area specific? Is your knowledge of the areas that you're working?
I think I think we offer people what they want, which is somebody with strong market knowledge. I think they want advice. I know that Dana and I have talked about this many times that, when we were looking for houses, did we get the advice we needed, right? I turn to a lot of young people and say, I'm not sure about this location. I'm not sure about this driveway tipping in. I'm concerned about the basement. People want you to be honest. They want you to tell you somebody said to us yesterday, don't sugarcoat it. Tell me how much my house is worth. Those are the best clients, right? The people that really understand, because those are the people we can help get the highest price or the best deal.
Right. Talk about that a little bit, even the honesty that you're sharing with people. You said one of the appointments you went on recently, the house was originally for sale by owner, and now you guys were able to get the listing. But you had to sit down. It took even the seller some time to sort of figure out what the marketplace was all about. Tell us a little bit about that. And how many dollars was the seller away from where the market really was?
About $100,000.
Oh, that's a lot. So that's a lot.
And it was a large percentage of the total price of the house, right? Not just high, right? But it was in a $300,000 range, listed at a $400,000.
A lot of people can try to sell their house for sale by owner. A lot of them are successful with it. I mean, there's not a ton of paperwork, but things can get ugly quickly. And, I dealt with a friend recently, and he didn't want to tell me they were selling his house for sale by owner until about 3 weeks into the transaction. That went south. And it went back on the market. He finally listed the house, and now he's got a brand new offer, and that's moving forward and going to close at the end of August, or I think middle of August. But yeah, so many people waste time trying to sell their house for sale by owner because you don't know what to ask for. You don't even, I think even some of the sellers I've talked to recently, I've asked them, hey, how much are you going to net from the sale of your house? They didn't know.
Right.
So it's one of those questions we brought up recently to a couple of real estate agents. They said, hey, we sit down with everyone and go over every single detail. Hey, we definitely want to hear from you this morning, 248-539-9797. We take all your calls here about mortgages and real estate. Got great real estate agents in this morning. If you're looking for some additional strategy to get your offer accepted, that's one of the things out there with the low inventory. And a lot of the houses out there aren't so great. You need someone out there who really has an eye for it, who can tell you about what it's going to cost to make it the type of house that you're looking for, and how to make home ownership really successful. So definitely give us a phone call here, 248-539-9797. You guys, the summer's still really heating up. Tell me a little bit about what's going on right now as we're towards closer to where school's going to start. And are we starting to get that push where families want to get their kids into school?
Definitely. I definitely think, we had a bit of a late spring. The weather held us back. It was pretty cool. And until it got warm, people didn't get the fever, but it definitely caught on as it's done in every other year. Totally, just a big wave, busy buyers calling, wanting to move. And, school's starting earlier this year.
Oh.
So definitely that's, something people are thinking about. We have a lot of families like, I want to get into this neighborhood, get my kids set up for school. So yeah, it's definitely busy right now, and we hope that trend continues.
Yeah, somebody brought up there, definitely. Some cities require that you actually close on the house and you're a homeowner. You got to show your closing documents. Other cities, I think, are more flexible. I'm not sure. Have you come across this? If you have any knowledge that you could share with us, are most cities saying, oh, no, you cannot register until you close? Or some
difficult.
might allow a purchase agreement or something?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. A lot of times they want to see that you're having at least two bills that are being
Utility
mailed,
bills.
utility bills or cable bills, whatever, that you're living in that house.
Right, that you're actually in there. Usually, or at least a closing settlement statement to show that you even sold your house from another city and, hey, here I am. Laura, you mentioned school starting a little bit earlier. I know that the school district my daughter goes to, right after Labor Day, they're starting. So it is a little heads up on there. But again, as a lot of families are trying to sell their house, what are some of the reasons you find that houses, like, again, you might have that situation. I think we might be working with one client right now who, they want to buy this house and they've got to close on the new one, but they have to sell their existing home. What are some of the hurdles you're seeing with that? Or what are the number one hurdles, 2 or 3 things that families need to do to get that house sold?
Price it right. So I think that's the most important aspect of that, and having good agents and good who know how to market. But price is so important, and that's really one of the key to Lori and I's success, is that we understand the market, we know how to price it, and it's really the key.
When you talk about marketing, what are you guys doing right now? What is some of your strongest marketing things that you guys use?
So tons of social media. I mean, I think there's, Dana and I talk about the little things that we do and how important they are. And I think, 92 to 93% of people are looking on Zillow on a daily basis. They're looking at photos. They're looking at descriptions. We do not take our time with those things. We have a professional photographer. We want the house to look as good as it can look. We'll spend 2 hours just, moving books, moving toys, moving furniture, whatever needs to be done, flowers, pots outside, whatever needs to be done to make those pictures look outstanding online. That's where people are looking. So we want all of that to be in line, but then we also social market. We do some videoing, which we get a lot of compliments on. I think it's really nice. We try and keep like 30 to 45 seconds, give somebody an overview, give them a snippet of the house. I was just with some clients last night. We grabbed some dinner and we were talking, and they said, we love those videos. Like, I look for them every day, and so I know we've had, up to 1,000 hits on one of those videos in an hour sometimes. I know that's a great tool to get people to, see a quick snippet of the inside of a house.
30, 45 seconds. I love the drone with all the drone and stuff. What does that typically cost a seller? Someone's, you're going to go to someone's house. This is part of your package. In other words, you list a house with you guys, this is part of the things that you're offering.
Absolutely. We know that we do everything right from the outset with, putting the money into it to get it advertised. We know that more buyers come in the first 3 to 5 days of a listing, and we want to build up that momentum and get as many buyers in that short period of time as we can. Rubbing elbows, looking at the house, that's what gets a seller the highest price. So all of that we do, all of that marketing we do, and that's on us.
Although it seems like it's a little slower this year, just because last year was so busy. But there's no doubt. I mean, you guys are working, like you said, 24 hours a day, basically every day. So there's definitely a little bit of a slowdown out there, but it's a steadier market. Is that maybe we're going to have a steadier fall? Last year we did have that little bump in interest rates right after Thanksgiving, where November, December, and January it got bleak real quick, and it seems like everyone got out of the housing market. I don't know if it's just because gangbusters, everyone was fighting over the same houses during the summer, but it was a little bit slower there, and then boom, again, interest rates drop. We see the mortgage rates have dropped. In fact, they've dropped almost 1% is where they were headed up on the high side. So great opportunities up there. Hey, that music says we're up against our first break. We're starting to dive into this a little bit. We definitely want some feedback. 248-539-9797. When we come back, all your calls.
Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed, alongside me, the co-host, Harry Glanz, Sandra Carr.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed, alongside of me, John Kolb.
What's up, guys? How are you doing today?
All right, John. Great to have you here. Of course, we are sponsored by Capital Mortgage Funding and powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. You will find us all week long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. And, John, you bring in some great guests, as always.
Oh, the lovely ladies of Stewart Real Estate Partners.
Good morning.
Jessica and Adrian. Adrian promises she's going to talk today.
Very talkative. I'm super good at it.
No, you're great. You know what? I was already stirring the pot outside, you know.
A little bit, yeah.
So we're gonna talk a lot about mortgages, real estate. Of course, we give you 1 hour, and we take your calls here live in the studio. 248-539-9797. Let me be the first one to say it here this morning without upsetting anyone. Of course, Harry's not here, and I'll probably get reprimanded on Monday. There's some things going on out in real estate right now that's putting a lot of stress on a lot of families. And I'm going to circle back around and say, I feel like it's the lack of education and being upfront and honest with some people up front that's causing the grief.
Yeah,
I don't know. We're seeing it.
sure.
We talked about it a little bit. Go ahead. Give me a little bit.
Just now, it's seeming like maybe it's just July. Maybe everyone was waiting for summer, and now that it's happened, everyone's just a little shaken up and turned upside down. But I completely agree with you. We had a conversation this morning that experience doesn't always equate out to education or vice versa. The amount of education that you have, the amount of credentials, the more experiences that myself and Adrian and our company can be a part of, that does allow us to grow and give back to our clients. We have always been upfront and honest at the get-go. I just had a consultation in the office yesterday, first-time home buyers. They were looking to rent, and now I'm having the conversations with them, and I said, you guys pave the way, but I am going to lead you. Anything that I see that is going to be an issue of financing or that isn't going to get you to the goal that you're sharing me with now, I am going to be upfront and honest with you. I'm going to hold you accountable to the things that you're telling me are your must-haves. And if we deviate from that, I'm going to reel you back in.
It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you're going to keep it fun and exciting.
Absolutely. Well, and that's the whole part of it. There is stress involved. But if you aren't open and honest with your clients up front to say there's going to be bumps in the road, we're going to get through this. But if they do keep things from us or they're
Rangefinder, your choice of his and hers FootJoy golf shoes, and get our lowest prices of the year with instant discounts on almost everything. It's the Carl's Golfland 61st anniversary gift away. Register online or in store at Carl's Golfland, land of golf plenty, Bloomfield Hills and Plymouth at St. John's, and carlsgolfland.com. Remember, keep your head still and register to win.
3, 2, 1. The Consumers Energy 400, Sunday, August 11th at Michigan International Speedway, NASCAR's most entertaining track. There's tons to do with the whole family, like camping, live music, fireworks, and more. Tickets as low as $39. Admission for kids under 12 is half price with a free pit and driver introduction pass courtesy of Henry Ford Health System. Michigan International Speedway. You don't get it until you get here. Visit mispeedway.com for tickets.
Got something to say? Text 971 the ticket now at 97136. Ticket text brought to you by LaFontaine Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Fenton. Home of the family deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at FamilyDeal.com. Today, 11 to 3, 97.1 The Ticket Street Team and the Ford Technology Tour head to Avis Ford on Telegraph in Southfield. Learn about the latest technology offered by Ford. You could win a $5,000 American Express gift card. Details at 971theticket.com.
You've got a question? We've got an opinion. 97.1 The Ticket.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed, alongside me, the co-host, Harry Glantz. And
Everybody, welcome back to the show, 9:16. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show. Yeah, we answer questions about mortgages and real estate. 248-539-9797. Always a Capital Mortgage during the week. 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's 1-800-569-7283. Real estate is fun, guys. It's fun. It's sexy. We'll get into some fun and sexy. Hey, we've got Leanne calling in to get us going here from Clinton Township. We'll take some calls. Again, it's 248-539-9797. Leanne, thanks for calling in. Good morning. What's your question?
Good morning. So I'm on a mortgage with my ex-husband, and he moved out like 8 years ago, and I've been paying on it.
Yes.
And my credit's starting to get a little better, and I'm wondering how it would work if I was to sell the house to myself.
Well, you need him to definitely show up. I hope you guys have a relationship. You need him to sign some paperwork and get it sold. Are you thinking about doing that? And is he into that idea that you guys would sell it? And, of course, there'd be no more mortgage and all that.
Right. Yeah, he's totally into it. He wants to get his name off as well.
That's great. We definitely, I got some great agents in here. They can follow up with you. Maybe we could suggest some agents in your neck of the woods. Clinton Township's a great area. Tons of great agents out there. Would you guys even tackle something like that, or do you feel like maybe to give it to someone who knows the area a little bit better?
We actually, we've been everywhere.
You've been everywhere. They're going to do it. Hey, if you want to have some real hype, Leanne, I could have some really great agents call you this afternoon and talk all about selling your house and go over all the details, and then you can figure it out from there. And again, hiring a professional team, that's what it's all about. Are you ready to sell right now, Leanne?
Yeah.
Good for you.
But I want to buy it myself. Does that make sense?
Wait a minute here. Are you already on the mortgage?
Yeah, I want to get it in my own name, but they said we can't refinance it, and that at the time I wasn't able to get it in my own name because I didn't make enough money.
But now you do?
Yeah.
Leanne, this call is going to be for me. I'm going to follow up with you after the show. We're going to see if you qualify for the mortgage, and if you do, we could pay off your ex-husband and go ahead and get the mortgage all in your own name. So that's a great opportunity. Yeah, just a simple refinance. You don't have to sell it. You can't sell it to yourself, but it'll just be a simple refinance transaction. So, yeah, congratulations. How much do you owe on the house, Leanne?
$111.
Good. And just curious, what's that house selling for in today's market?
I'm not quite sure, but I think the one across the street is about $140, $150.
Okay, you're going to be in great shape. I'm excited to help you out this afternoon, and take my call. I'll call you right after the show. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All righty, there's a simple call, 248-539-9797. Again, some people just don't get into refinancing, but even your clients who bought last year, boy, I'd love to call them all up, but hopefully their mortgage people are, because what a great opportunity. If your mortgage was about $350,000 and you went from, for example, from 5% down to 4%, you're looking at savings of close to $200. When you drop a full 1 percentage point on a higher loan amount, yeah, the savings can get up there rather quickly. So great opportunities out there for a lot of families.
Yeah, the buying power is amazing. I mean, people should understand that interest rate and what the impact it has, right? And it's down right now, and that gives them better buying power. So now's still a great time to buy.
Yeah, Laura, you threw the word out. I love that buying power, because I've had that before, talking about couples that are, or even empty nesters. Hey, should we look at a house or should we look at a condominium? Some of the association fees are getting a little out of hand because our roofs are getting older here in Michigan. They get wear and tear on them. The roads are getting all torn up in these condominium complexes. Now, a lot of these association fees are $350 to $450. Talk about buying power. Yeah, $50 a month. $50 a month in your pocket. That's $10,000 of buying power with today's low interest rates. So, yeah, it's a great thing you threw out there during this show, but families need to really understand mortgages, real estate, and again, what the lower interest rates recently have done to you. And again, if you were maybe just under $200,000 before, now you can potentially look at maybe just a little over that and be a little bit more aggressive on your offers.
Yeah, wasn't that, we were reading earlier today, wasn't that something about the cost savings if people are going to sit and wait to sell.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other side of it, right? People are saying, is it still a good time to move? Well, interest rates being low, if you're looking to move up, right, you're definitely getting more buying power in that larger house you want to move up to. And now's still a great time to move up, to save on that interest rate, and your appreciation's only going to go up on that larger house.
There you go. Especially if you're moving up, there's a great opportunity where you're going to save some money. If you're downsizing a little bit, hey, that's okay. Go find a house that you like. It's all about lifestyle and where you're heading. And of course, a lot of empty nesters this morning. I was at the gym this morning. Older fellas telling me, just got into the conversation, and of course, it led to that he's got a colonial over there back in our neck of the woods, 14 and Middle Belt area, and he was talking about even maybe looking at a ranch. But it's harder and harder because there's not that many ranches out there. And when you finally, if you're older and you're sick of the stairs, and you'd stumble upon a ranch that you might be interested in, now it might top dollar, might need $150,000, $200,000, even make it look like a house.
Right. There seems to be such a lack of these type of homes that are homes and condos that are ranches for people who are wanting to downsize. We have a lot of people who would sell their house if they had somewhere to go, but there's nowhere for them to go. They want fixed up ranches. They want 2-car attached garages, and there's just a real lack of that availability.
Right. You got to figure out how your lifestyle is going to work out with that. Hey, with that being said, though, shouldn't you still have your house on the marketplace? You could still accept an offer contingent upon you find something else. I mean, people don't like contingency offers, but at least it gives you more of a peace of mind. And I like that for a lot of sellers. If you guys could comment on that a little bit. As a seller, and if you feel that emotion, they're so hesitant. Hey, Harvey, I don't want to get my house on the market until I find something I like. Well, you might not qualify. So you need to get maybe your house sold. But tell me about the language you can put into a purchase agreement to delay that closing.
It's actually funny. So it's a kind of like a reverse contingency, right?
Yeah.
Our buyers, we're used to people putting a contingency on an offer to buy a home, that they have to sell their home. But how about selling your home and putting a contingency that they need to find something?
Right.
Right. So we've run into that a couple times, and it's just making sure that the public's aware.
Okay. Actually, we've been talking to clients a lot about that lately, and it depends on who you are and what's best for you. I have a client who's constantly looking, right? And I said, you just need to put your house on the market. If you're a contingency, we've tried to put in a few offers with it and they haven't beat out other offers, right? So in that case, they were determined to move and putting their house on the market, getting that ball in motion, that's really a good thing. And I talked to a client yesterday and I said, that's not going to be good for you, right? Like every situation is different. She's in a beautiful home, but they want to move. But she said, maybe I should sell it so I'm not a contingency and I'll rent. I said, in that case, it wouldn't be comfortable for them. They have a beautiful home, stay in your home, you'll still have buying power. And so everybody's different. And I think that's one thing. I think Dana and I are really helpful to people, helping them understand, which category do you fit in, right?
Yeah.
Depending on where you are. I always say, 50% of what we do is real estate, right? The other 50% is really helping people understand and going through these emotions of buying and selling. It's a big deal.
Yeah, you have to go through it a whole bunch of times. I told that years ago to people. I said, you want to learn about buying a house, buy one. You're going to become an expert pretty quickly on it. But like you said, everyone's got a different situation. And I've always felt like if you can get your house sold and you have the confidence it's already sold, you've got that delay closing, you've given yourself 30, 60 days of occupancy afterwards. Well, I think you get a little bit more excited as a buyer. And all of a sudden, homes appear that work for you and you can make it work for you. So I like the motivation of getting your house on the marketplace. If I could share that with you, definitely, I would say as a seller, if you're considering it, call your professional agents, get these ladies out there, let them go over all the details with you so you can move forward with some confidence. I think it's the knowledge of what you can do is the key.
Right, and how those nuances, right, can work, right? I mean, it takes an experienced agent to understand how to navigate through that. But I agree with you, Harvey, putting the ball in motion, ball in motion stays in motion. I always say to people, don't be concerned. A house presents itself. I've never had anyone sit at a closing and say, I was forced to buy this house, but I really wanted something else. I've never had it happen. People end up where they're supposed to be. I have a lot of faith in that.
Oh, I like that. I like that philosophy. 248-539-9797. Big week ahead. There's no doubt about that in the mortgage world. Interest rates did edge up a little bit. It doesn't make the headlines, but of course there were some events overseas with the Fed meeting coming up next week. You never know what's going to happen, whether they push up or push down. We think in the mortgage world, the Fed funds rate although it has some correlation to mortgage rates, we don't feel like this time around it's going to necessarily do anything. But look, I'll be the first to report on it. Fed's going to meet, I believe, on Wednesday of this week. And we are anticipating, and it's strange, a Fed fund rate cut when the economy is doing so well. But we'll see what happens, and of course, be giving you some information on that. But with that being said, any of the clients out there purchasing homes, we do urge you to take the conservative approach and lock in your interest rate. Be sure to call your lender and make sure you're locked in through your closing date, and maybe even talk to them in case there's any delays or things of that nature. Make sure that you're all covered on that because rates do change pretty quickly. Again, 248-539-9797. We'd love to hear from you. Major shift in what's going on out there is a lot of families out there are looking to buy those starter homes. And I'll tell you, those have been hard to come by. So we're going to be going into a break in a little bit. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about starter homes. I know that you guys are always working and finding some different areas that are going to be the next new great area. What's the next new Ferndale for us over here, or some of the cities across southeast Michigan? Again, Macomb's always got the cities surrounding Macomb County and Washtenaw County. A lot of these cities right next to the most popular ones are where the values could be. When we come back, 248-539-9797. We'll talk all about that. Keep it here.
The Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host,
Welcome back to the show, 916. If you're just joining us, it's already July 20, 2019. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, again brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. You can call us at the office all weekend long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. A lot of folks out there looking to take advantage of the great low rates out there, John. Refinancing, debt consolidation. We'll talk about refinancing and home purchasing and selling homes all morning long. Jess, there's so much going on out there, and Adrian, you guys make it fun. Again, I want to work with people like you, the honesty, you make it fun. And Jess, yes, I'm cracking up that it just, ironically, all the houses that you're looking at this week have no air conditioning on them.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It
that's
was,
a good selling
really
feature.
good luck streak that I had going for me.
Interesting, though. I mean, but in the industry, it's funny you brought it up. But yeah, there's no doubt. You need to know this kind of stuff. Like, well, folks, if there's a boiler, maybe you can't add air conditioning. We need to know the reasons why we can't add air conditioning to the house and things of that nature. It's funny that the weather conditions lead to so many questions in real estate that it'll just pop up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. With all the rain that we had at the beginning,
right.
Every buyer is worried about, is there going to be moisture in the house? Is there going to be water in the house? I'm like, this is great to be looking for a house. Any house. You're going to find out.
Have water in it.
There's always something going on.
Time.
Hey, we're going to take your calls all morning long. 248-539-9797. We bring in the two champions over there from Stewart Team Real Estate Partners. Of course, Kevin's
MIA.
Where is Kevin today?
He's in Oregon. Can you hear us?
Kevin's got some
us?
family stuff going on or something, but Jessica and Adrian doing a great job as always, giving us some good information.
Down the fort.
I asked John this week, you guys moved into that new office in downtown Rochester.
Yeah, we're right on Main Street. Second floor of right on Main Street, 3rd and University. So great location. We just did a big event over the weekend for pet adoption.
Yeah, we adopted, I think, 10 to 15 dogs out of the office between two
agencies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
What's going on with home prices right there? Of course, you're in the heat of it. Just a little bit north of you guys, we're seeing a lot of new construction's been picking up. But Rochester Hills has always been a great place to live, and of course now they got the Stony Creek High School. So there's so much happening around there. What's going on as we're into that late summer? Are there some homes that haven't sold or still in the market that people can pick up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Depending on the price point that you're in, the closer that you get to downtown Rochester, they fly off the shelves. But anything in the market of, I'd say 3.25 and lower, you're looking at just a few days in market. In Oakland Township, Washington, Shelby, Rochester Hills. Once you get into like the 500 plus range, they're sitting on market. Even if they are priced according to fair market value, they are sitting on the market a few weeks. That seems to be a little bit more accurate.
Where do typically the $500,000, these are bigger colonial homes typically, they're 4-bedroom plus, and they usually have walkout basements and pools, and they are nicer homes. They're a little bit more expensive. Where do most of the families that are selling those, where are they going to?
We're seeing a lot of move-ups in the Rochester, Oakland Township. So whether they're looking for a little bit more land, for the area where we are located, where our business is located, if you do go a little bit more north into Oakland Township, Township, depending on where you're at, you can still draw from the Rochester School District, which is a huge draw, the amenities, the locations, the trails. But those lot sizes are getting a little bit bigger. In the new build communities that are now popping up, you're getting a little bit more square footage and the lot, where in some of the older subs, you got a lot more square footage, but you weren't getting that land.
Okay.
So that's been a huge win. That's what we're seeing with a lot of those move up clients.
Harv, with those $500,000, $600,000 homes, there's a bad theory out there that you have to have 20% down to buy these homes, and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. You can get in some cases with as little as 5% down on those homes.
Good morning, welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed, alongside me,
Alrighty, welcome back to the show, 9:30. If you just joined us, we've got some powerhouse real estate agents in. That's right, you're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Who do we bring in today? Dana Cooper, Lori Glass, Cooper Glass Homes, Max Brook Realty, downtown Birmingham. Of course, you guys are not just there. You are everywhere in Southeast Michigan. So real estate's real estate. You guys know the areas so well. And, Lori, right before the break, we'll take this call right after. Right before the break, we started talking about a hot area. Or maybe what's the next hot area? What are you feeling like that? What do you see in our area, a little Oakland County stuff?
Well, I think, people, there's not enough inventory, right? We had a real shortage of inventory for a long time. So I think people are pushing out, right? They're starting to explore other areas that they didn't explore before. I mean, we certainly know, Ferndale was huge. It keeps building, right? Really great, sexy place to live downtown. Right. They can walk to town. They can get to Royal Oak. It's pushing into Hazel Park. They're doing great stuff in Hazel Park, Clawson, Madison Heights. People are pushing in. They're rehabbing houses. There's some real beauties there, and there's some real opportunity, great sweat equity opportunity in some of those homes. Moving towards Southfield, Lathrop, all those communities really spreading out. It's really great to see, everywhere around us, right, in Oakland County, really building up, looking beautiful. There's some amazing houses going to Southfield, some gorgeous homes, pools, really incredible.
Yeah, varieties of all sorts of homes, different shapes and sizes, and like you say, different price ranges and stuff. And, you should almost model this, like, look what's going on, and we can use this model or a playbook to say, hey, this is what you need to do. If you want to sort of speculate on some real estate, maybe look at the city you're looking at, what's right next to it, where's the opportunity, and where could you make a little bit of money? And again, a lot of times, the city next door still has the same school district, and you can check into that. So a little knowledge goes a long way, I guess to say.
And I would also jump on that and say that there's a true shortage in that mid-level price range of move-in ready homes. So people, like in the past, they wanted homes that they could fix up. And they saw, they wanted big homes, and they wanted in a good area, and they thought long-term, equity.
Sweat equity.
Yeah, now they're thinking, I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I want the house. I want it built into my mortgage.
Right.
And they don't want to have to pay. They want it all.
Yeah.
And there's a lack of those homes.
And there's a shortage of those fixed up homes, and that's what people really want. So if you're contemplating, doing a bathroom, something like that. I mean, we go to people all the time, advise them, what they want, what a future buyer want. Well, when do you think you're going to sell? We help people make those decisions too. Sometimes selling your house is an ongoing process. It's not, I want to put it on the market tomorrow. It's like, I'm thinking about a year and a half from now. We work with those people throughout that year and a half to get them ready.
People call us all the time and say, I'm thinking of doing an addition or moving, and I want to know what this looks like. I want to know, if I do this, what's my home worth?
Right.
And
dropping $40,000 on your basement might not be the best thing to do if your kids are already older and no one's going to use it, and you're thinking about selling in a few years. So little things like that, having that professional background and knowledge is great. Hey, let's move off to a call. We got a refinance call on board here. We got William calling in. Hey, William, good morning. Make sure your radio's down and go ahead with your question, sir.
Hey, I was calling in actually kind of for my dad. Me and my dad we both own a business together, right? A trucking business.
Awesome.
And we're trying to go through Quicken Loans, okay? And they told us to do all this stuff. They said, you got to get your truck refinanced and all this stuff. So we do all these things. We get his credit score up, right? And he's on the deed to my grandmother's house with his two brothers. And they said, it'll be a quick, easy process, this and that. And we did the refinance on the truck, and they said, as soon as you do that, you're going to close. And we never closed. Nothing ever happened.
Okay, well, it sounds like we got, hey, you're William, we have a maybe a debt-to-income ratio problem there. They've talked to you about these numbers and qualifying for the mortgage, whoever you were working with. What we can do is sort of step back and let's see what maybe a different set of eyes on your numbers look like. It sounds like you, I don't know. I don't know the advice you're getting. Again, I don't know enough about it. You and your dad are self-employed. Let's figure this all out. How much does Grandma owe on the house?
Nothing.
She owns it free and clear. And you guys are going to just... So you're doing what, a cash-out refinance? You're actually trying to pull some equity out of the house?
Yeah, they kind of said we had to. We only need $36,000 to pay the two brothers off, and they said we had to pull at least $50,000 out of the house. The house appraised for $90,000.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do for you. We're definitely going to call you off the air and dig into this a little bit deeper. Yeah, there's too many questions I got to go over with you. But, hey, all that paperwork that the last lender was asking you to get together, I hope you got it all together because I'm going to ask you for the same stuff. Let's take a look at it for you guys and see what we can do to get you that cash-out refinance you're trying to do. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Hey, so often, all right, my man. Hey, so often people are trying to do these type of transactions and, you know, the people on the other line are, hey, this is super easy. I promise you, there's nothing easy in the mortgage world, okay? Or in the real estate.
Right.
I mean, if it's that easy, it's probably not worth it, right? But no, I mean, you can make a process easy, of course, and be organized and be completely approved. In this case, that particular call, you know, cash out transaction, pulling people off a title, low loan amounts. He's being told from a lender that, hey, we don't do loans that small. Yeah, maybe he's better off just going to get a home equity loan. But there are reasons you can dig in a little bit deeper, and you need to have a little bit more knowledge behind you before you just take that advice. Oh, this is going to be super easy. Doesn't always work out that way. All right, 248-539-9797. Hopefully we can make your mortgage very easy and everything. Lori, I got some friends, and Dana, I got some friends that are trying to sell their house for son of a gun. It's a Tudor in Royal Oak. I thought the thing would be sold in 5 days. I'm not the real estate agent, but what's going on with some of these older homes? I love the French country look. I love the older homes. Is anyone else out there still like this stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. People love it. They really do. And even there's buyers who are looking at modern houses and they surprise me and they walk into these Tudors. You know, we had some clients who bought a Tudor in Huntington Woods about a year ago, and I was just in there the other day. Unbelievable what they did.
Oh, fun.
Completely gutted it. You know, modern interior, absolutely gorgeous. The exterior has that old world charm. They kept the old lead windows, you know, really beautiful. The combination with the modern look and those leaded windows, they really did a great job. And, you know, people love those homes in those neighborhoods, love that feel. You know, we had a client recently who was nervous. Oh, it was an old home. They didn't know what to do. We said, we just got to get you into a few of these and see what you can do, because the marriage of those two, the beautiful old Tudor with, you know, modern interior, you can do some of that plumbing and electrical and flooring and everything, and it's a knockout. It really is.
Knock a wall or two out, and before you know it, you have that open concept. And again, I always cringe at that word. I'm throwing my shoe at the TV when I'm watching all these real estate shows, and you know, everyone says the same things, but I don't know. I had a big open cathedral ceiling. 40-some people in there for Thanksgiving. We couldn't hear the people. I thought I was at a stock car race. When you have these open floor plans, yeah, it's gorgeous and eerie and everything, but not for everybody. Not when you have a large party. It's also very loud.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know, how trends come around, right? You know, everybody wanted the open concepts. Now we're finding a lot of our buyers are saying they want more spaces. They've lived in those open concepts, and like you're saying, it's loud, or they don't have spaces to go hide or, you know, get away for a moment. So now we're finding a shift, and it's slow. We still have a lot of buyers that want the open concept,
of course,
but there's some that are saying, I want spaces. Just the same thing with like style trends, right? The dark hardwood floors. Now I'm starting to see a little bit of, you know, people wanting like lighter floors, and you know, it's just
mid-century versus mid-century is huge, has been huge for the last several years, whereas that house was frowned upon, you know, say 8-10 years ago.
What's going on with it came up in conversation recently about pools. What's your play on the pool factor? It just came up in conversation, and he's like, oh my God, I got to sell this house fast because the pool season is upon us. And
great one, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, listen, it's not cheap to have a pool, right? And sometimes that's a downer for a buyer, right? It kind of puts them off. But there are people who really want pools, right? So I mean, I think it's with anything. I don't think you should be concerned. It's going to hurt the sale of your home.
Right.
You just need to find the right buyer, and I think that's true of every house.
Definitely shows better if you can sell your home during the season where your pool's open.
Right. Yeah.
If you're selling and it's off season for that, you show pictures and you have that out. So there's, you're not behind the gun if it's later in the year and people escrow money to do pool inspections.
Glad you actually brought that up. Always a good point. Take those pictures of your house today.
Right.
Definitely, if you're going to sell your house maybe this winter, fall, when things are a little not as pretty, definitely take those pictures now of the house. And if you do have that pool situation, maybe plan on keeping it open a little bit later into the season. You could close the pool down at the end of October and stuff, just to keep it a little prettier. I know the maintenance gets a little nasty as the leaves start to fall, but yeah, keep that house or that pool open a little bit longer into the year. Hey, one thing I want to throw out there is there's so many great mortgage programs out there. Whether you fall into a conventional mortgage, FHA mortgage, USDA, they're all out there. We offer them all at Capital Mortgage Funding. Be sure to give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. One of the things about FHA loans that families don't understand is it's not for low income, not at all. In fact, the FHA loan limit here in Southeast Michigan is $314,827. Yes, that's 65% of the conforming loan limit. So if you bought a house, FHA, and put 3.5% down, you actually could buy a $327,000 house, and you fall right under the loan limit. So yeah, $327,000 house isn't for low-income families. These are gorgeous homes, and they're available. And the reason I bring up FHA is they allow some additional seller's concessions. They allow higher ratios. This is very important for families out there stretching their dollars. You can get a little bit bigger high-end, back-end ratio if you're self-employed. Take a look at FHA. Take a look at all your mortgage options. Be sure to call Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE. Hey, that music says we'll be right back after this quick break. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket.
By Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host,
Welcome back to the show, 931, the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. We're in our 19th and a half year giving you the show. Hopefully you'll give us a call there at Capital Mortgage Funding. Get that real approval letter. That's what you need, a real approval letter. That way your real estate agent will be so happy to hear that you're working with Capital Mortgage Funding. And John, these transactions close 3 to 4 weeks when people are prepared and pre-approved.
We're getting one closed in 8 days. It's the first time the fastest loan I've ever closed. But everything.
A purchase.
A purchase.
Oh, okay.
So he comes to us on Tuesday of this week, and he's found a house, and it is the redemption period in
one of those, yeah,
is ending on the 24th. So we have. I'm sorry, he came to us on Monday, so we have till this Tuesday to get it closed because Wednesday the bank gets it.
Yep.
And I'm just like, well, this has got like a 10% chance of all stars and moons lining up, but
it's going to happen.
Hey,
that's awesome.
we said right from the beginning, do not give an EMD because we don't want to have to track the casting of an EMD.
Exactly.
Yep.
He had all the cash in the bank. He's a salaried employee. We ordered everything on a super rush, and it's going to get done. Now that is not going to happen every single time, but
it's funny.
I'm super happy it's because it's one of those. Yeah, we got it done.
Well, it's a great point too. No EMD needed, right? Talk about professionalism. Most people wouldn't even understand why an earnest money deposit's not needed because if there's no deal after 10 days, anyways,
right.
No one's getting the house,
right.
And it wouldn't even have time officially to to do the 7 to 10 day home inspection. Right, the time would just elapse.
He got an inspection done.
Good, he got it quickly.
Same day. Yep, same day. We got the appraisal done
incredible.
The next day. I know, right?
That is everybody working together. That is incredible.
Yeah, like I said, stars and moons lined for this kid.
Well,
It's
obviously,
his first house, so he's so happy.
Oh my gosh.
that's cool. Obviously, he's probably getting a pretty good deal if it was in foreclosure, I'm guessing, or market conditions. We don't know yet.
It had a couple, about $5,000 in equity based upon the appraisal, but
Okay.
It's
Nice.
It's decent.
Well, which leads me to my next question, which is always the credit topic, because if you want to be able to purchase a house and you want to be able to pull the trigger quickly, you better have good credit, because if you don't have good credit, we don't even have time to get that credit fixed up. So very important. A lot of the folks out there have been cleaning up their credit. U.S. Mortgage has taken out in the first quarter. The people in the first quarter had, over 650 credit score. And most people had, 75% of the people had over 650 credit score. And a lot of the folks, another 10% or so at least had over 700 credit score. So again, find out what your credit score is, but it's just not the credit score, John, because we have to find out other things like your past history, bankruptcies, foreclosures. Do you owe the IRS money? That's one of the things that I spoke to some of the people that help families get paid off through.
Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work. Sorry, I'm late. Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working. Who, me? Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Detroit Tigers play the Seattle Mariners. Pre-game today at 3:45 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Good morning, welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed, alongside
welcome
me,
back to the show, 9:45. If you're just joining us, always 1 hour of mortgage real estate talk here on 97.1 The Ticket. Yeah, we're brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. That's where you can find us all week long. Bobby, what's that NMLS number I got to give out? Do you know that one? I got to look that up for our break. Bobby, you don't have it on the card?
I don't have it on my card.
Oh, Lord. Anyways, we are powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. We'll give you some legal stuff a little bit later here. We got 15 more minutes to go. Of course, Pat Caputo coming up with sports and social commentary right after us, and there is a lot going on here in Detroit Sports Talk as the NFL starting to heat up, so it's going to be good stuff here. Keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. Hey, you guys, talking about real estate and different things. It's been an amazing housing expansion over the last decade. Definitely housing makes up a lot of the GDP. But families really, the one thing about what's happened really in the last 10 years, and it was the fastest recovery to me. I don't know where the last 10 years went. It seemed like 2009, everyone, the values dropped. What you owned for $300,000 and $400,000 in Huntington Woods was definitely off 25%. Even in the great cities, the values, the Birminghams, the Ann Arbor was off a little bit. Northville, not as much in some of the hotter cities, but we saw it across Southeast Michigan. But wow, people have a tremendous amount of equity now. So there's some great projects you can do. Again, you could always do the cash out refinance, consolidate some of your debt. Take a look at dropping the term. Many families have dropped out PMI. We didn't know what PMI is. Private mortgage insurance. Yeah, if you're paying that part of your mortgage, maybe you took a lender-paid PMI program, Bobby, that has a little bit higher interest rate. You can take a look at lowering your interest rate. So anyways, folks, if you're homeowners, congratulations. The things have been moving in your direction for the last several years. And definitely call your mortgage guy or call Capital Mortgage Funding. Find out how you can save money. That's what it's all about. Maybe get that house paid off sooner. And that's the thing. We look at these houses, we love them and everything, but the idea is to get it paid off so that you own the house free and clear when you're retired. And that's really nice. Then you could pull the equity out and pay the kids for college and do whatever else you want. Anyways, we were talking about some different things that were going on with some of your listings. What do you guys have out there that's really exciting right now? I know you got some new action out there. Do you want to talk about a little of those?
Yeah, great. We have a brand new listing that we just listed yesterday out in Clarkston. It's a gorgeous house, about 2,400 square feet, almost a half an acre, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, at a great price at $329,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so anybody looking for, a newer home, big spaces, but also separate spaces and great yard.
Yeah, it's a great house. It really is. We're excited to be shooting one in Troy today. Really beautiful house. Great sellers. They've done a great job. That'll come in. Do you remember what that one is? We haven't even started on that one. We have a ton coming up.
Yeah.
There's a ton we just listed. Go to our website, cooperglasshomes.com. You can find them all.
Got a little one in Ferndale that's
okay. Those are hard to come by.
Yeah.
What is that? What's that price range? Tell us a little about that Ferndale house.
So that one's $117,500. We just lowered it. It's a little ranch, 2 bedroom, 1 bath.
Sold. I'll take it. That's a rental for somebody, folks. Did you 117?
It was a rental for many years.
Yeah. It did really well as a rental, and it's a great block. We've been on the block, we've shot the house from inside and out, spent some time there, right? And just watching the block, we like to do that too, understand the neighborhood, and just a lot of young professionals there. We talked about those great places to move in. That's a great first house for somebody.
Yeah, and walking distance to
people
a great
think they can't
downtown.
afford it. that's a great first house for somebody. Totally redone, ready for you to move in.
At 117 redone.
Yeah. It's really a charmer.
Well, I don't want to just throw numbers out there, of course, because it's based on not the purchase price. If you put down $0 down, or if you put down some money down, but your payment's going to be under $1,000 on that. You can't rent for that anywhere.
Right.
If you're a young person, if you just got out of college, if you got that $30,000 to $50,000 job, you can buy that house. You rent the other room out to a friend of yours. You know, who doesn't want to live in downtown Ferndale for $400, $500 a month? You can walk to the coffee shops, restaurants, bars, nightlife, all that fun stuff.
It's a great location, a great place to start in a small house. You know, people shouldn't be afraid. It's a great place to start, build some equity, move on, and keep moving up.
Again, you said 117, so go to Cooper Glass Homes, 117 in Ferndale. That's enough to
believe it. So
take. Yeah, I don't even know that it exists in Ferndale, so good stuff.
117. Two good ones in Huntington Woods. Also, there's another opportunity for some sweat equity in a house, a little one. Right now, it's 1,100 square feet, and it's 3-bedroom and 1.5 bath, but it has an upstairs bungalow that's completely unfinished.
Wow!
So that's an opportunity to, expand the house. That one's at $219.
That's a great price in Huntington Woods.
You
guys are getting me excited. I didn't know you were going to throw a few of those at me.
That's on Victoria. It's closer to Coolidge. And then we have a great mid-century that's over 3,000 square feet. Doesn't look like it. It's a really deceiving house, but you get in there and there's some great spaces. You could have a first floor master suite or master upstairs. There's a lot of different opportunities of what you can do with this floor plan, and it's $450.
All right, always good stuff out there. Definitely keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. Always listen to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, because we bring on these great real estate agents that can sort of direct you to these awesome houses across Southeast Michigan. There's a couple things out there that definitely I want to talk about. Hey, I wrote this down last night. You guys want to comment on this? What are the age groups that are the easiest customers to deal with? They actually did a survey on this. You guys tell me, is it Gen Xers, 39 to 54? Is it the baby boomers over 55? Bobby, you might be closer to that age. Or is it the millennials? Who is it? Is it the Gen Xers, the middle age, the over 55, or the millennials? Who is it? After this survey recent survey done here, I won't tell you who did the survey. Who do you guys find is easiest?
They love all their clients.
Yeah, you know what? We do love all our clients.
We do.
I love working with the first-time home buyers. I love helping them out. really helping them understand.
Lori comes out for those first-time home buyers.
I'm not sure anybody helped me understand a few key things when I was buying my first house. When I'm helping clients, I'm really mindful of that, right? One of these kids need to understand, right? About the basement, about the gutters, about everything. It's stuff they just don't know, right? It's important stuff to understand.
The millennials get it, though. They get the market. They understand it. They're quick, and they're smart. They're educated.
They're really sharp. They really get it.
All right, whether you're a first-time buyer or a third-time buyer, understanding some of these basic concepts, understanding loan-to-value and PMI and some of the closing costs, the components of home ownership. I always like to talk about the basics, the components of home ownership, down payment money, some down payment assistance programs that might help you, or can you find a program that allows you for very little down, such as FHA, VA zero down, USDA zero down programs. So, again, whether you've done this before a few times, be sure to give us a phone call. Sit down with true professionals. We talk about it so often here. The knowledge gives you the confidence. To me, it's all about confidence. It's like if I'm driving over to your house tonight, Lori, to say hello, if I don't have the address, Lori, I'm sweating in the car like you've never seen. Where's Lori live here? So just knowing where you're going, whether you're driving a car to a destination or purchasing a house and trying to take care of your family, having that roadmap all laid out with professionals is the key. You guys are awesome.
I think it's true at all price levels, right? Even the $1 million buyers. I'm going to refinish my deck, but there's something inside that needs to be done. Everybody needs guidance at every level.
I love having you guys on because you bring so much. And again, I know when you close that type of transactions, the amount of volume you guys are doing, you're sort of coming across everything. Like you said, whether it be a first-time home buyer or second or third time, and everyone's an expert. I think you bring some knowledge and stuff to the transaction that really helps people. What else did they say out here? The National Association of Realtors, 25% of primary buyers are single, not married. That's going on out there. So I want to touch on this real quick. We only have a minute or so left. If you are buying a house with your boyfriend or girlfriend, you can go see an attorney for a real really inexpensively. Learn the different ways you can hold title to the house. Have you guys had this come up a few times?
Absolutely.
Okay, and again, if you are, it sounds fun. If you're both renting now, maybe you're married down the road, maybe you're not going to get married, but you definitely could sit down with the lawyer and draw up some documentation to keep yourself out of the probate courts. And it's only a few $100s if you do things and hire a real estate attorney up front versus a few $1,000s chasing a problem that you created because you just didn't handle that up front. So something to learn about that, whether you're married or how you want to hold title to the property. We get a lot of that, especially on up north properties when sometimes groups of people are buying these homes, joint tenants in common and stuff. Or if you're buying a home for your children, but again, they're not quite married to that girl, or you're co-signing for a loan. Find out all about that by calling the true professionals. You guys want to say anything else before we're out of here?
Well, we really appreciate you having this. It's a lot of fun.
Come back.
I see I had to beg to get you guys on here, and you guys are
Yeah, it took us a while, Harvey. We're sorry, but we're so glad to be here today. It's a lot of fun. You're great, and we love being able to talk about real estate. It's our thing. We love it. We live and breathe it, and we love helping people.
Yeah, the strategies that you guys put out there for your clients, whether buying or selling, are just top-notch stuff. Obviously, the results are showing it. So you guys continued success out there, and we got some other things coming up. If we have you back on the show, maybe we'll dive into what's going on in the fall or the winter, because as we mentioned, a few things that are happening right now with mortgages and real estate. If you haven't sold your house, if you got that pool, Bobby bought the pool situation, take those pictures now. Definitely prepare yourself. Definitely. Or if you're thinking about a home renovation, call professional real estate agents. Find out where those dollars should be spent so you get your money back when you sell. All right, you guys, that music says that's it.
Thanks so much.
All righty, keep it here at 97.1 The Ticket. It's going to be gorgeous out there. Again, call Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. For Dana, for Lori, Cooper Glass Homes. Keep it here at 97.1 The Ticket. We'll see you next Saturday.